Is it just me, or have sports commentators and analysts gotten lazy over the past few years? We see sports analysts claim their opinions on certain topics to be the truth, but then have no facts or evidence to back up their claim. I mean, they are part of the sports media, right? You think they would have numerous sports articles, quotes from players at press conference interviews, or even footage from the games to back them up? Sports news has gone south. And I don't mean the SEC. The SEC wouldn't allow such opinionated garbage to commentate on their brand of sports, which is arguably the best brand in sports. Speaking of the SEC, our next contestant for the worst people in sports is a guy that just couldn't keep his mouth shut about a star athlete from the University of Kentucky. Recently, he decided to tweet an angry opinion about this miraculous woman swimmer without looking up any of her past accomplishments. This guy is dumbfoundingly very well known in the sports media, as he was part of ESPN and Fox Sports for some time. In fact, CNN and even MSNBC love this guy so much that they have him come on their shows and talk politics as a regular. Wow. CNN and MSNBC? Sheesh. You must be a big boy who tucks his shirt into his big boy pants that the Hollywood wardrobe department supplies. Since he is such a big boy on major news sources, he believes that he is so entitled that he can say whatever he wants and people will believe him. Including that tweet to former SEC champion swimmer Riley Gaines. Oh yeah, in case you don't know who I'm talking about Keith Olbermann. Let's go ahead and give a quick background on the guy, shall we? I'm sure Keith is straightening his tie and tightening his belt on his big boy pants to hear someone talk about his career, so let's not keep Mr. Important waiting. Keith Olbermann is considered an American sports and political commentator and writer. He was part of ESPN's Sports Center from 1992 to 1997 before leaving to find fancier big boy pants to improve his wardrobe. After finding the perfect pair of pants with his mom during back-to-school shopping deals, he returned to ESPN from 2017 to 2020. A nice pair of pants can only last for so long, though. So the big boy has his own podcast now called Countdown with Keith Olbermann, where he discusses how becoming a big boy allowed him to start his own show in the basement while his nana makes some pizza bagels for lunch. Whether or not he is still wearing those big boy pants during his show, when contacting his peepaw to ask if he was wearing the pants, she could neither confirm nor deny, but did let us know that he went out to Dairy Queen for a swirly cone while wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. Now, okay, no more fun and games. Let's get to the reason why Keith Olbermann is one of the worst people in sports. As I stated earlier, Keith angrily attacked Riley Gaines with a tweet. He decided to show how much of an emotional diva he was through his tweeting fingers. When Riley Gaines stood up against Leah Thomas and the NCAA about not allowing men to play against women inside of sports. Olbermann tweeted, "Can you just address the reality and move past it? You sucked at swimming. That's why you lost." Whoa, okay, before we jump out of our seats, let's hear what else he had to say, because remember, Keith Olbermann is super duper important. He tweeted again saying, "Second team all conference. Happily, For nasty, stupid, unsuccessful transphobe at Riley Gaines, she has no reputation to ruin. Oh, geez, Keith. Your big boy words must be true, since you used to be with ESPN, CNN, and MSNBC. But just for the sake of argument, let's hear what Riley Gaines had to say back to Keith's tweet. Riley tweeted back a list of all her accomplishments while performing at the University of Kentucky. Let's go ahead and list them all, shall we? In 2022, Riley was an All-American in the 200 freestyle. She was an SEC champion in the 200 freestyle and the 200 fly. She was All-SEC first team and broke the SEC meet and conference holder in the 200 fly. She was also SEC Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, and she was the SEC Brad Davis Community Service Leader of the Year. In 2021, Riley was an All-American in the 200 freestyle and 800 freestyle relay. She was an SEC champion in the 200 freestyle and 800 freestyle relay. She also was all SEC first team. In 2020, Riley was an All-American in the SEC 200 freestyle, 200 fly, and 800 freestyle relay. She was a silver medalist in the 800 freestyle relay, and she was all SEC second team. In 2019, when she was a freshman, she was part of the all SEC freshman team. Believe it or not, there's even more accomplishments from Riley Gaines I haven't mentioned, including being an Olympic trials qualifier, but I think we get the point now. Riley posted these accomplishments on Keith's tweet, along with a very friendly message to comment back. Riley said, makes sense now why you were fired from ESPN. Riley is such a badass. Such a badass. When contacting Keith's Nana again about this tweet battle, she stated, Keithy is taking some alone time with a bubble bath. She was not able to confirm nor deny whether Keith was using Mr. Bubble for his bubble bath, but she did claim to smell the sensation of bubble gum coming through the bathroom door. Now, this isn't the first time Keith has been kicked off or fired from a sports or news program. In fact, I think that's part of his game. I want to be the most controversial newscaster out there, and I don't need any authentic articles or truth to back my opinions. Let's go over some firings Keith Olbermann has dealt with over the years. In 1997, ESPN suspended, then forced Olbermann out after he made disparaging remarks about the network. He called ESPN a God-forsaken place while making unauthorized appearances on Comedy Central's The Daily Show with Craig Kilborn. In 2001, he was fired from Fox Sports when he reported that his boss, Rupert Murdoch, was going to sell the Los Angeles Dodgers. In 2010, he was forced out of MSNBC after they found he made donations to political campaigns. In 2012, he was fired from Current TV after the network stated he, quote, breached his contract, including the failure to show up to work, sabotaging the network, and attacking Current and its executives. In 2015, ESPN, again, asked him to resign after he made comments on Twitter about Penn State University students raising money to fight pediatric cancer. He called supporters pitiful and morons. In 2020, he left ESPN again to start his political podcast, Countdown with Keith Olbermann. Talk about a guy that can't make up his mind, right? He's the perfect definition of a person that just can't stay in a relationship. He can't seem to find balance or happiness being with someone who isn't himself. So he points the finger, blames other people for his incompatible problems, then breaks up with them. Luckily, there is someone there for you, Keithy. Someone who is happy to make you a peanut butter and jelly with extra jelly and the crust cut off. It's not your viewers from ESPN, Fox Sports, MSNBC, CNN, or even Twitter, which we all know you love the attention from them. It's truly your only fan. Mimu, we give you props for always being there for your child, even when he continues to break the world apart with his nonsensical tweets and opinions. When asking Nana about her love for Keith, she responded with, "My little Obi will always have a place in my heart, with endless pizza bagels, bubble baths, and butterfly kisses." Oh, so sweet and touching. Again, isn't it humorous to see these so-called commentators claim that their opinions are right without any facts or evidence? Keith just showed the sports world how letting your emotions take over in a tweet can backfire in your face, causing you to take a Mr. Bubble bath to calm yourself down. Anyone can state an opinion. It's not hard. Anyone can make up a story that makes them laugh while they're riding. Mr. Big Boy Olbermann was slammed down by facts, then humiliated by the person he tried to make fun of. Not to mention, he was fired from basically every newscasting station he was ever a part of. Why would a network try and hire this guy? Well, they wouldn't anymore. He's proved that. Opinions only take you so far in life, Keith. Political commentator now, huh? Oh, why not go for the home run and run a campaign to be a Democrat in your district? I know at least one person who will vote for you. So everyone, based on his egocentric tendencies, lack of desire to actually do his job as a sports writer and broadcaster, his angry tweets showing how he's a prima donna, and lastly, his non-factual statements that continue to be spread all throughout the media, it is safe to say that Keith Big Boy Pants, Mr. Bubbles Bubble Bath, Obi Olbermann is one of the worst people in sports.